Hey everyone, welcome to the FAT Hippos Podcast, Episode 1. I'm Mason, and to my left here is Patton.
Heyo.
To my right is Alec.
What's going on?
And Phil.
Yo.
And we just want to talk about what our YouTube channel is about first, and it's going to be a lot of game content, some, we're going to do this podcast, maybe make some shorts, do a lot of original content, and hopefully we just, get to play new games we wouldn't really get to play, or have the idea of playing. Play some classic games, and take some comments and suggestions and, do what people want to see. So if you have any ideas for shows, be sure to share them in the comments below. But first, before we talk about anything, let's get to know each other first. Let everyone know who the Fat Hippos are. So Alec, if you want to go first, just tell them, how you got into gaming and all that.
Well, my first experience with gaming was with classic Pong, set up on this old school computer that my dad had, and it was two buttons up and down. That's all you could do. And I remember just playing that thing. I was probably 2 or 3 years old, and that's all my brain was capable of handling at the time anyways, is up and down. But it was the greatest game in the world to me when I was 2 years old because I had never seen anything like that before.
Right.
I'm controlling this image on a screen, and they're not just talking to me like these random cartoons or Disney channels that I was watching when I was 2 years old.
Right. There's actual input.
Exactly. And there's I'm controlling the TV, even though it was a computer monitor and, had probably less memory and hard drive space than this microphone does right here in front of us.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. I loved it. And then I got into Nintendo and I had Duck Hunter. I played Duck Hunter for hours. I never really played Mario that much, but it was always, whenever I put in that Mario cartridge, I always turn that thing to Duck Hunt. I just sit
combo.
there. Yeah,
that's what I started with.
Played that thing for hours. Then it grew from there. Super Nintendo, probably about the time the 64 came out, I really started enjoying sports games. Well, even before that, I played a lot of sports games on the Genesis. Mm-hmm. And, I would play sports games by myself with 2 controllers.
Just so you can win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I played baseball. I pitch with 1 controller and I come back with the other one, hit it out of the park, run around a bunch of times, and then the next half inning would come up and I throw 9 pitches right down the middle and strike out. So all my pitchers had 81 pitch perfect games for their 27 outs. So it was great. And then I really met you guys probably 11, 12, longer than that, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
11, 12 for Pat, and then you and Phil about 15 years ago or so. And that's when I started getting more competitive with gaming. Right about the time the Dreamcast came along, that's when I started playing NFL 2K. And I plugged that thing into my dial-up internet.
That
Straight,
was fantastic.
That telephone jack right in the back of that Dreamcast.
That's why the Dreamcast was awesome.
Played that thing online, 2 or 3 games. It was awesome. I couldn't think of anything better at the time than playing NFL 2K1 with Randy Moss on the front cover of it, or whoever was on the 2K1. I think it was 2K he was on it, but either or. And that's how I got started.
What about you, P?
Well, kind of like Alec, the NES was probably the first thing I really remember. Duck Hunt, of course. But my dad played Zelda a lot.
Yeah.
I always thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Watch that. And then it was Mario and Duck Hunt was really the first games I really, truly remember playing. I was, kindergarten probably,
right.
I would say. And then got the Super Nintendo for Christmas one time. I remember that. Came with Donkey Kong, the best game ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Not Mortal Kombat.
Kong sucks.
And I had that for a while, and I didn't have a 64 or nothing. I went to a PlayStation. Is what I had. I didn't get the Dreamcast or anything. I went with a PlayStation.
Straight from SNES to
Yeah, SNES to PlayStation was the jump I did. I guess I kind of missed a console or two there. But yeah, PlayStation, and then Metal Gear Solid was my game.
Yeah.
I love that game.
We were watching
I would play it right now.
play the other night, and Phil was freaking out because the guy could not beat this boss.
And I know exactly how to beat the boss. It was Raven. I beat that game so many times. And that idiot kept putting down the freaking claymores when he should have been using the rocket launcher. The Nikita rocket launcher. I mean, it had been probably 15 years since I played that game, maybe.
Yeah.
But I knew exactly where to hide it and where to go. Everything in that game.
We'll have to do a Let's Play.
Oh, yeah, that would
Metal
be...
Gear Solid.
Oh, or just let me watch somebody on Twitch if you want to see me flip out. Because that was awful. And then... I didn't actually have an Xbox. I always just played your guys' Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never had an Xbox.
You usually just played LANs all the time with the Xboxes.
Because for some reason I was all hardcore PlayStation at the time. And
Well, we played
sports games a lot.
We played Grand Theft Auto 3 on my PS2. I mean, that's why I bought the PS2. I didn't have an Xbox either.
Yeah.
You and I sat in my basement and played Grand Theft Auto 3 for about, 7-8 straight days.
Yeah. 24 straight hours the first time we had it.
Were we supposed to be going to school at the time?
No, I think it was summer break, so I
Okay.
think we were good on that one.
Right.
Because we weren't driving.
It was
yet,
winter break.
'cause- maybe it was winter
January.
break.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because none of us
That's
were
right.
driving yet. We had to get our moms to drive us.
Oh, we're so young back
We
then.
were young, man. It was, 10 years ago probably, easily for that
Yep.
game.
Immature? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on a good shit. I should have bought it.
What about you, Pat? Where'd you start?
Yeah, I've been trying to think. Aside from arcades, which I don't know if y'all remember arcades, right?
For sure.
What's an arcade? No, I'm just
Exactly.
kidding.
One.
I guess it was the Super Nintendo. I never had an NES. Never played Pong, so sorry. I guess it was just Super Mario World. I've probably played that game so many times, and it got old. F-Zero with SNES. Zelda Link to the Past, which I know everyone's going to say that Ocarina of Time is the best Zelda, but I think I still think Link to the Past. That's my
I agree
personal
with
favorite.
you totally.
See, it's
It's all good.
Sure.
It's all good. Then after that, I got a Nintendo 64, and then Mario Kart 64,
Yes.
Yep.
GoldenEye, changed the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Perfect Dark. And then I was a big PC gamer. I used to play Descent a whole lot. I had was it called Shareware? Was it called? Freeware? Shareware, yeah. Of Descent on my dad's Acer, the first 7 levels of Descent, and then bought Descent 2 and Counter-Strike, Team Fortress Classic.
Those are all good ones.
Yeah, and then Halo. I remember I hated Halo at first. Well, my stepbrother had an Xbox, and I played Halo, and it was just me running around with Blood Gulch.
Words, sir.
No, hang on. I'll explain in a minute. But I was running around Blood Gulch just in a tank, just by myself. It's like, this world looks absolutely stunning. This is amazing. Physics are awesome. The sound is amazing. And then my friends started playing, and I had a friend who would just melee. That's all he would do. He wouldn't shoot. He would just hide and then melee you. And I was like, I hate this game because all he does is melee me. This is stupid. And so for the longest time, I hated playing Halo. And then finally bought an Xbox, the Halo edition, and it's just evolved from there, right?
Well, I guess. What about you, Mason?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I started playing games when I was 3, and I remember playing Duck Hunt. That's the first game I remember playing. My mom would sit me on the couch, just in my little diaper, just with the little light gun. She'd go do laundry or fold clothes, and she'd turn back around, and I'd be standing right at the TV with the gun, shooting the screen because I knew oh, you're shooting these ducks, just get up and shoot them. And that was the combo with the Marios. I also played Mario.
Yeah.
I got really into games because my dad, he plays a lot of games, so he had the NES. Me and my brother would play that when we were younger, and then my dad came home with a Super Nintendo, and we had the Super Mario World, and then he was like, let's get a Sega Genesis, so we drove up to Cincinnati, which is an hour and a half away from where we live, went to a KB toy store, because they were all sold out of Sega Genesis around here when it came out. Went to the KB toy store, bought that with Sonic the Hedgehog and a Spider-Man game. Came back, the outlet plug into the back of the Sega Genesis was broken when my dad was trying to hook it up. But we'll say it's broken in the box. So we drove back all the way to Cincinnati the same night and got a new one and came back.
They still had them in Cincinnati?
And they still had. We called them. They're like, "Hey, can you hold that? We just bought one. It's broken." And they held it for us.
Awesome.
And so it was 4-hour trip like, back and forth just like to get a Sega Genesis.
And was it worth it?
It was totally worth it. I played the crap. Sonic the Hedgehog was probably my favorite back in the day compared to Mario. I do love Mario games, but Sonic had that attitude, you know? So, from there, like, me and my brother would fight all the time over playing when we got new games. So my mom eventually bought like a second Super Nintendo and a second Sega Genesis just so we wouldn't fight. And then the PlayStation came out, but we didn't really get that at first. We were kind of like, it's not Nintendo, not Sega. And then they brought out the Sega Saturn, and my dad came home with one of those with Virtual Fighter 2 or Virtual Fighter 1 first. And
That was the first console on CDs, wasn't it?
well, Sega had Sega CD.
Sega CD.
And we had that too. My
Yeah.
dad would play Sewer Sharks and stuff.
But weren't those the big CDs?
The laser discs?
Yeah, what
No,
wasn't there
they
a
weren't.
console that used the laser discs?
Maybe like a 3DO or something. I don't
know.
think so, but that would be ridiculous to see someone's game collection with
Yeah.
laser discs. But
That would be amazing.
that would be pretty cool, actually. But so we played Sega Saturn, and then one day we were at Sears, and they had a PlayStation kiosk with Crash Bandicoot, and I was playing it. My dad came over and he was like, "Oh, this is cool, yeah. How much is this?" It's like $200 or whatever it was when it came out. He's like, "Oh yeah, we'll just get one of these." So we went home with a PlayStation. And I was like, "Okay," and so we played Crash Bandicoot and stuff. And then the 64 came out, and I always got confused when I was younger because I thought the PlayStation was a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
And then the 64 came out. I was like, "Oh my god, what? This looks amazing!" Played it at Best Buy. I was holding the controller all wrong because it has the 3 prongs. So you hold the joystick. But I was like holding over on the D-pad and like trying to move my hand over to the joystick.
Well, don't get me started on how the 64 has ruined my life forever. Because I played Turok on that game,
Yeah.
and you had to use those C buttons to move around.
Yeah.
All right. Well, your forward was C up, and your strafe left was C, C
Down,
left
yeah.
and down, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you play default modes on every single game now, you're always running with your left stick.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel right to me. It feels, all right, I want to push up with my right thumb to go forward and left to strafe left, and I want to turn around using the 64 controller because that's what you do. You hold your left thumb, and your left thumb turns you around like
See,
that.
GoldenEye was my first-person shooter, and those default controls weren't set up like that, so I've always been the classic default. And I never played Turok till much later. So I never got stuck with that. I know Pat plays with messed up controls too.
It's called Legacy.
Legacy.
And it is, yeah.
See, it's
fucking Turok's fault.
It's South Park, or it's not South Park. Southpaw for me. And I mean, so I right thumb up, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
I just invert it, man. It's
It's always been. Well, I played flight simulators since the time I was young, and
Yeah, same way. That's why it's always
exactly
with me.
always has to
See,
be inverted.
I'm weird because like first-person shooters, I'm not inverted, but flight games, it's natural to do inverted. So I'm like not one way. I'm like both ways. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, that leads us into really how we all met each other and how Patton,
yeah,
we met Patton.
PlayStation 2 came out one year. The Dreamcast and PS2, and then the following year was the GameCube and Xbox. And I think the Xbox changed our life, our gaming life as we know it now.
Xbox changed the world. Let's just go ahead and say that.
Well,
Xbox changed the world.
I would say Xbox Live changed it.
Well, that too.
But
Xbox started that though.
they had the vision when they first released it, having the Ethernet port instead of a 56K modem. But
For sure.
I know the first time I played Halo, I wanted a GameCube so bad for Christmas, that Christmas when they first came out. Because of Smash Brothers and Star Wars and all that. My brother wanted an Xbox because of the NFL game, NFL Fever. Well, I was at GameStop one day and they had an Xbox kiosk. They had Halo. I was like, "Oh, this game looks like GoldenEye. I'll go play it for a little bit." Changed my life. I was like, Mom, I want an Xbox. Screw GameCube. Give me an Xbox.
It was the best thing ever.
I haven't looked back since. I'm addicted. So,
did you ever get any games for GameCube?
yeah, I still got the GameCube for Christmas. My parents were pretty cool. They got both of them. My dad wanted both, so I got Smash Brothers and stuff. I like GameCube is one of my favorite consoles, actually. It's got a lot of good games. I like the controller a lot.
It just came out the same time the Xbox.
Came out. I'd rather play Xbox. They had, PlayStation had a lot of the third-party games. I played a lot of consoles back then, thinking about it. Now I'm just like, only Xbox. It's kind of weird. Because like all the games come out now for Xbox and PlayStation. So what's the point of playing both, besides first-party exclusive? But back then it's like, well, PlayStation had a lot of like EA sports games. Xbox didn't have them, or if they did, it wasn't online. And the GameCube had the Nintendo games, of course. So like you were playing like all consoles back then.
Well, like Phil, I never got an Xbox until long after we started playing Halo.
Yeah.
We started, and I played your Xbox the first time I ever touched an Xbox, and we sat around, we played Fusion Frenzy.
Oh, the demo on the Halo
The demo
disc.
on the Halo
Never
disc.
owned Fusion.
Never bought it once.
Just played
I
the
think
demo.
was it even a game? Like,
Yeah.
I just
There was
assumed it
even
was
a-
just only on that disc.
There was even a sequel.
Huh.
But the demo was so good.
We started out with that, and I thought that was Halo at first. What's this? Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. You got to push each other off.
It's like Mario Party.
It's like Mario Party, exactly.
This Halo game's a ripoff.
And then we started playing, and we played multiplayer first, and we played Prisoner. And there were unlimited grenades because we just had the four of us playing on the one console.
If you have more than 4, the unlimited grenades gets disabled.
And then soon after, you said, oh, we can hook up more than one Xbox together.
Yeah.
We can hook up 2 Xboxes and play one person or one team on one TV and another team that you can't see on another TV. It was the first time I'd ever experienced that.
Reading about it in like GamePro, I was like, what?
Whoa.
I've been asking for this for years now. And it took me forever to figure it out because you had to buy like a system link cable. And then like if you had more than 2, you had to do the router and like actual Ethernet cords.
Yeah.
It was very confusing back then. But now it's like, it's just second nature to hook them up. But once we got it, it was just like, we're never playing Halo alone again. LAN parties every weekend.
That's what we did for, about a year, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we finally met up with some other people in high school who we found out like Halo also. And to me, this was shocking because I didn't know of anybody else outside our close group of friends that would play the same game as me outside of Madden or something like that.
Yeah, it was always the close group of friends.
And that's when we went patting. And I remember the first time I met you, it was through a Halo LAN. It was, hey, we're going to play Halo against these other group of guys. I didn't have to split teams or anything like that. And we're going to play.
Yeah, it was kind of like, one group of friends versus another group. But we all became friends. But we always put teams like that.
It was like
very competitive.
We had
kind of like Bloods versus Crips, I was thinking. I thought we were going to get a fight with these guys.
A couple of times I believed that.
It almost came to blows a couple
It
times.
did.
Yeah?
I mean, there were some heated battles.
Always CTF on Blood Gulch.
Yeah.
That's where it started.
There is no other map.
There's no... Yeah, anytime there's LAN, that's the only game type we play.
I mean, we had matches that would last for 12 hours.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a 4 versus 4, and it'd be 12 hours. Or sometimes we had 8-on-8s, and that'd be
last 3 or 4 hours.
3-4 hours. An 8-on-8 match.
Oh my god.
Just to capture 3 flags.
Yeah.
And we had strategies built up for it. What's this?
It was really like, you had your base guarders.
Yeah.
You put people in specific roles. You had your base guarders, you had your snipers, you had your people that camped in the middle, guard the teleporters.
That's right.
You had your flag runners.
Well, what was so amazing was that it seems like both teams or both group of friends had someone for each specific role.
Yeah, everyone
And it
came
was-
up with the same idea.
But like it wasn't planned that way. Like
No.
you had the team or the guys who would hold the middle. You had the defense. You had everyone just running around being stupid. And it was amazing that both teams, even though it was not coordinated, had the exact same setup, and so it was so evenly matched. Which is why the games would take forever until someone just made a stupid mistake, and then that's when the shit hit the fan.
People get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
just be done with it.
Yeah. Some people get up, go get snacks. 'cause
Yeah, we would
they're
have to make a
fat.
truce for a while just so we could take a piss break and
That's true.
All
get
of
blood
our
pumping to our legs.
all of our characters just standing around, not firing at each other.
Yeah.
We're sitting over there eating cheeseburgers and drinking ale-8s. Everything else we could possibly shove in our mouths in the 7 minutes we got until we were killing each other again.
Those were so good, though. We need to do another one soon. Do it for the YouTube channel. Just film it all.
We could. I mean, there's
Maybe
no
do a
reason
Twitch
we couldn't.
stream of it.
Live Twitch
A
stream.
live Halo 1 LAN. Before the Master Chief Collection.
Well,
This coming November.
that's what I'm excited about.
Oh my god.
You're excited to fill these nipples. Because Halo 1 on Xbox Live.
And that wasn't teased until we saw E3. No one had any fucking idea that was coming out until
No.
they were like, oh yeah, by the way, Halo 1 multiplayer online. We were
I
like,
mean-
what?
If you looked at how they were releasing Halos, you knew Halo 2 Anniversary was coming.
Exactly. Halo 2 Anniversary for sure was coming out.
For sure. Hands down. You did not know... Well, there was rumors about the Master Chief Collection, but I just thought it was going to be like Halo CE Anniversary, just the campaign, then Halo 2 Anniversary with its multiplayer, and then just the campaigns for Halo 3 and 4.
Yeah.
No one knew it was going to be all the multiplayer, all on Xbox Live, over 100 maps.
All original, not
All
just
original.
new maps. I mean, it's, you go and you can have that 2-shot pistol, like they said.
Yeah, the 16 on Blood Gulch, all online. Don't have to do a LAN now, which is kind of sad.
Don't
It is-
have to do a
but you
LAN,
can still do it.
But you can still do a
Still
LAN.
do it.
Still sad. Still sad.
But
Because no,
all-
no one's going to want to do it.
That's true.
If
Everyone's
you-
got their nice setup at their house and
A
stuff.
few hardcore players will want that immersive, run upstairs and call someone an idiot and then run back downstairs. And like one team upstairs, one team downstairs. But no, not everyone's going to want to do that. Like, we just play online.
Well,
So-
we were like kids back then. Now we're all adults.
We had
and stuff,
shit
so
to do.
We don't have a lot of time for it. So
Yeah.
Xbox Live is really fantastic for that. So I'm super excited for
Yep.
Halo 1 on that.
Oh my god.
I mean, there's only 2 Halo games that I really love, and Halo Combat Evolved takes the cake for everything. It's by far my favorite game of all time.
What's your other one?
Halo 3's
Halo 3 is so good.
slightly behind that, just because I love the gameplay in that. And I mean, for me, it's about getting on the back of a hog in Halo 3 and having this guy Patton over here drive me around
I'm the
as
best
I just go
driver.
hamster style.
I am the best driver.
All those Valhalla matches where we just own, or even standoff with the Warhog.
Yeah. 50-2, 50-3 kinds
We
of
were-
matches on
yeah.
those things.
I felt so bad. They didn't.
Nah,
They
they
were-
didn't
they were
back
just-
out.
They were trying so. I do give them credit. They stayed the entire match.
That is good for them because
I felt so
that's
bad.
one of the lame things about Halo is when people back out when you're doing so good.
I can't help it. Or victory laps.
Victory laps. That's the best thing.
I mean, we've been playing Capture the Flag on Blood Gulch since 2002.
Mhm.
All right? Right? Just
Yeah.
about 2002 or
it's
so.
about 2002.
All right? So, 12 years later, when I pop in Halo 3, I know exactly how to win a CTF on Valhalla.
Yeah,
Because there's nothing different. The same
No.
way. Guard the base, get in a hog, go around, get it.
control the middle.
Exactly.
Have your teammates go get the flag and the hog. Drive to your base, realize you're owning, and then drive back to the opponent's base.
That was
just
a-
drive around.
Wasn't that in Halo Reach where we had that one? Like we were
In Halo Reach, we really got into some victory laps
Yeah.
on Hemorrhage,
Yeah.
which is Blood Gulch. But people will be so mad.
that one video we had.
Your teammates start killing you.
Yeah.
So
Team killing fucktards.
Well, I mean, there's other ways that we've also owned. I mean, that's not the only thing we've ever played. And I think 10 years ago really marks a good time with Halo 2 coming out. There's also another game that was coming out right around 10 years ago that we all spent a whole lot of time
we've spent a
playing.
lot of time with Halo, but this game might be right up there with it,
Yeah,
if not surpassed it.
I'd say as far as hours spent playing, it has to be World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That really has taken up all of my time.
It's not hours now. It's more like months. I ran some numbers. I'll have to go back and do it again, but it's in the months for me. I've lost months to that game.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's bad.
I would have to say, I think we really did play WoW a lot longer than Halos.
Yeah.
Cumulative, perhaps.
Yeah, together.
Together, I play Halo
Yes,
quite a lot
yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
No one else does.
For sure. But I think we're going to get to that after we come back from our break. We're going to bring in a new guest, and we'll see Phil here in just a little bit when we talk about some of the games we're excited about this year that are coming up.
So, just a bit ago, we were talking about how we all met in Halo, and this young gentleman next to us has joined us. This is Andy. We also met him in Halo.
Yeah.
You want to talk a bit about that?
Halo was Halo was the culmination of, I think, this group. Honestly,
Yeah.
well, I guess before that, I didn't really know you guys, but really starting it out was just I lived above Pat's brother Jack, and one day he's like, "Yeah, my brother's having a Halo LAN. Come on in and join us." And me being all Canadian, I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." Eh? So yeah, got on there, got the game on, started playing Halo with all the guys, and figured out that it's a pretty cool dude.
Do you remember what you actually had as your first name on Halo? Because you could pick whatever name we wanted.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Do you guys know?
I always went with Blue Flash.
I mean, I was always Nut. I was Pink
Nut
from
Red.
the get-go.
Caboose.
I mean, so...
Yeah.
What was my first
We
name?
had some awful ones.
Oh
I know
yeah,
that.
we had some really racy ones.
Heavily censored.
Heavily.
censored.
Yeah, that's for sure. But
That's probably the best part of Halo 1. All the games. The
Yeah.
amount of accounts on my original Xbox
Yep.
is boundless.
I mean, but Andy was the first guy I met that wasn't actually from our school or our area.
Yeah,
He
he's a
played
little older than us.
Yeah.
Trust that.
You're an
Yeah,
old
you're
man.
old.
Oh yeah.
The one with the kid?
Yeah,
So-
that one now, yeah.
The one
But-
with the kid.
I remember coming down the steps, and you all were already playing. You were just sitting on the couch already, just
I
hunchback.
was in the zone. I mean, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. And then from
I'm really trying to figure out the freaking first name now.
that could be a while.
Yeah.
There's so many
So many
beers,
drugs, and beers.
beers,
Drugs. Beers.
tequila for sure.
Yeah.
So we, moved from Halo 1 to Halo 2, and we still did LANs, but we kind of played more on Xbox Live.
Because that was available.
Yeah, because
When that
Everyone-
started, Halo 2.
Halo 2, yeah. And
But that was the big move for us. So that's, we anticipated that after playing Halo 1. We had
Yeah.
LANs for weeks straight beforehand
we had
leading up to it.
we even had a LAN the first day Halo 2 came out. We skipped
Yeah.
school and played all at Pat's.
Yeah.
So, but we played that quite a lot. But in the same year, another game came out, and that's what Andy likes to talk about a lot.
Swow.
And that's World of Warcraft.
Swow, man.
So, what got us into World of Warcraft was my dad, actually, because he played EverQuest. And when I was younger, he would play Warcraft 2. And so I would see Warcraft in Game Informer or magazines, GamePro. I'd be like, Dad, check this game out. It's like EverQuest, but Warcraft, you gotta check it out. He's like, okay, it looks cool. So he bought it the day it came out. And I watched him play it, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to get it and play with you. So I went out and bought it, and then I told Alec here, I was like, Alec, you got to come check this game out.
And when I looked at it, I had sold a couple World of Warcraft games at Best Buy when I was working there. And I looked at it, I was like, that's going to be stupid. I don't want to play this game. I have no interest in MMORP. Oh, yeah, you lost me there. Too many letters in that.
Little did you know.
So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll see what this game is. I'll look at it and make everybody happy by just nodding my head and going along. But as we were over there, I started looking. I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. You can do a lot of stuff in this game. The graphics aren't bad.
I was showing my hunter. I was like, look, you could have a pet. You can do these quests with each other. And he's like, let me make a character. So I let him make a character. Makes a warrior. He calls it Beaten Kane because I was Odin Kane. And from there, he's like, we gotta go to Best Buy. So we went instantly to Best Buy, and he picked it up, and we started playing.
Yeah. And, from there I was hooked. And at the time that we started playing, it was probably the beginning of the year. Beginning of 05.
Yeah, beginning of 05.
Mm-hmm. And I started playing, and I didn't play a whole lot at the beginning, but we were still finishing up our senior year, and I was going to school and
Going.
going to school. So we didn't really have time to play very much.
Not
but
much.
we were also partying as well.
Yeah.
And no one really picked up on it until we started playing during the summertime.
Summertime was when it really kicked in, and we started talking to everyone. It's like, hey, check out this game. You should play with this. It's really fun. A lot of people would be like, no, it's not my type of game and stuff.
How long did you guys play before we all started playing?
It was probably 6 months,
Yeah.
maybe 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I was...
What
I
was it?
remember
It was
when you first started
then
your
Alec,
character.
then was Pat.
I was one of the last.
It was Aaron. He started playing
God, Aaron
that
got
summer.
bad.
Yeah.
And he was
Aaron
playing
got
on
pretty bad.
dial-up.
Yeah, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then because of Aaron, Dan started playing.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's when they were all living together.
Mhm.
And then you started playing after that, right?
It
Or
was.
Phil.
It was. I started playing the night you brought your Xbox 360 over in my basement. Everyone was playing Condemned, and this man was freaking out. And
Yeah.
and then I was upstairs downloading the game, and everyone got so happy because I started playing. But yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, about a few months, because I remember when you first started, you started your priest? Or
No, I started
warrior.
Martin. Yeah.
your
Because
warrior.
I sat there and I thought, like,
my hunter was... I guess
okay, and you were just, like,
60.
right there, like, Menthil Harbor, like, not too,
And
like...
you would duel me, and I would just hit you in one
once
hit.
and I've been dead.
Yeah.
I still remember, like, thinking whenever it started, and I was, like, my warrior over there in, like, Teldrassil, and just sitting there, like, this freaking game is huge, oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, walking, like, oh my god, I could walk for, like, 10 minutes and just, oh, here's a big city, oh my god! Oh! And then it's like, oh my god, there's a boat?
And it takes you on to the other continent?
Oh my god, there's a whole other place! Oh, okay, this is big. This is big.
I'm running for my life.
I remember hitting... Because in Vanilla WoW, you had to pay for your mount and training, and it was like
400.
400 gold, so
Yeah.
40 gold.
You
or
thought, like,
something.
when you got 1 gold, you were, like, the richest son of a bitch in the world.
So, like,
It took me a week to
I
get a gold.
saved up forever to get that mount, and as soon as I got that mount, I was like, I got it.
Yeah.
This is the way to go. And this guy was saving up as well, but he was playing one night after I got off, and he was just at Goldshire, and this one guy just randomly duels him, hits him one hit, kills him, then opens a trade and gives him, 50 gold?
Yeah.
50 gold. And then the next day, the guy had a mount in less time than I did. I was so jealous.
They just, this when 50 gold meant something.
Yeah. Now
Way
it's
back
just
in the day when I had to walk uphill both ways.
Wasn't just a repair bill.
Exactly.
That's just...
Yeah.
Chump change now.
Repair bill plate, yeah.
50 gold. I mean,
Damn plate.
I had probably 60 silver at the time on my main.
Yeah.
It was a level
And that's just
20.
from selling stuff.
Exactly. Selling just loot I picked up. I
Yeah.
still don't even know how to play the game.
I still, like,
And,
remember, like, figuring out how to make, like, another character. Like, like I just had one. I'm like, alright, I'm just going to concentrate on this one.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, I got, like, 3 people. I'm like, oh. I don't have one.
I started my mage and got, made him my main. He turned out to be my main. I haven't really played my hunter ever since.
Oh. There it goes.
Yeah.
But, no, I like, and some OCD of mine was, like, I always wanted my main to be, like, the top one on the list.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just wanted that. So, like, I'm like, all right. So I made another one. I'm like, well, he's still my main because he's at the top of the list.
Well, now they have that change, so you can...
You can
move him?
You can
move 'em.
rotate the list.
Yeah.
You
God.
can move.
That was
I've been
in the
asking for that
Cataclysm.
since day one.
Damn,
and
I
now
didn't
they
know
have
that.
Yeah.
Dumbledore would have been up there.
Right.
it. Dumbledore.
Rage quit. That was the best rage quit ever.
Well, we
that
played the
OS
game for...
Was that OS 10?
Yeah.
I played,
It was Ani, right?
I mean, since
Next year.
Vanilla,
The other one.
BC, Lich King, and then I got Cataclysm and was heavily playing that, and then I just got burnt out. And
Yeah.
I didn't play
God.
Panda.
I mean,
I
I
never
played
had
up
Panda.
vanilla. I probably played the least consistently
Yeah.
because I played vanilla and then a little bit of BC, and then I quit playing in BC. And then
You came back in Wrath because I
Wrath.
remember you questioned Northrend with the was it benediction staff? Was that
Yes.
right? And I was making such fun of you. I was like, Alec, you gotta ditch that thing. That thing sucks. It's for level 60.
They're like one green and it's better. Like,
Yeah,
oh.
I was like, dude, you're
Yeah.
75. You have to get rid of that thing.
but it was awesome. It looked awesome.
And it is a trophy, but
Well,
this
can't you now use that but have stats
yes,
for...
now you can transmogrify the damn thing.
Yeah,
So you
that's
can-
all Alex does.
Yeah.
My little brother.
So now you can get a
Just like,
kick-ass staff in game and then make it look like the benediction.
Well, yeah, that's cool. I guess it's 7 years later. That's cool.
How long's it been out for?
Wrath.
2004.
Oh
Since
my
2004,
god.
so 10 years.
This year will be
Years.
10 years.
And the new expansion comes out
What's the
this
new one
year.
called?
Sometime
So they
this year.
say.
Warlords.
of Draenor.
Yeah.
Coming out in fall of this year.
What's so
So-
special about it?
Yeah, Pat, you want to tell us
yeah,
about
man,
that?
here you go, Pat.
'Cause
Level 100
Here, my gird.
and get ready to lose yourself. Heroic Ubers
our favorite dungeon of all time.
will be available to grind.
Can we just
hours.
talk about how many times we ran
Over.
Ubers?
I would say I've done it like literally over 5 to like 600-700 times.
Yeah,
like,
at
least.
yeah. Just trying to get the damn chess piece.
Which one?
The for Martin.
Dungeon 1?
Yeah. Dungeon 1 said it was the yellow and silver Valor.
The Valor
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
Warrior.
Yep.
Dungeon.
We
Like,
would
every
just
time,
hug
just
that every night.
Yep.
Wasn't it 10 man at one time?
Yeah.
The first... No,
Yeah.
was it... Okay, yeah. I was going to say, the first time I ran it, I think I got on TeamSpeak or something like that with some random people I think that you were with, and... What?
No.
I saw that eye twitch.
No.
But, that was the most fun I ever had, was running with a group of people, trying to...
Just random and like
Yeah.
and once they I don't even know if they whenever they implemented the icons above the heads.
Oh,
I was
the
just like, all right,
targets.
here,
Oh, yeah.
you do this. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Diamonds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here, do this. Sheep that. You just take that one off to the side. All right, here we go.
We would get, because we ran it so much, we were on autopilot. Every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
we run it, and any pug that we'd get into, people would freak out because we would be going so fast.
Like, when are gonna get
Andy
mad?
would
Like,
just throw up, the little targets, the stars, the circle, and I'd go sheep one, and we
Yeah.
all knew our
moon.
place, and the other people
Yeah.
would be like, "What the hell are you doing?
Oh my god!
I
And
need
then, like, I'm just
I
sitting
need
there
the
like, tanking
hill."
3 people, and like, all right, come on.
Going too slow for me.
Yeah.
Kick him out.
Yeah.
Get someone else.
Some people would drop, they'd leave, get all angry.
And we'd have to leave the instance to go back to Stormwind to find someone.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there was the LFG channel, right?
There was LFG.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
That's still
about that.
around?
No.
Or you would just-
Really?
I don't think so. Is it
well, I don't know.
Not
I haven't played in a while.
Not in the way it used to be.
They have the dungeon finder, so it probably
it's all
autofill your,
different.
your
Yeah.
slots now.
Back when we had to go find people, not just click a button.
They're actually going to upgrade the dungeon system. Like right now, they have this thing called flexible raids, where
That's been out.
yeah, it's been out since Mist. Or It came out when Mist came out, and what they're going to do with the new one is that's how it's going to be. There's not going to be normal, heroic, and flex. It's normal and heroic. It's going to be flexible. You can have 10 to 25 people in those groups.
I still love 40 mans.
40 mans were amazing.
It was just freaking insane. Just the amount of
It's-
freaking people.
I just love that I could stand in the back and not get yelled at for screwing up. I feel like in 10 to 25 man, it's just like, why aren't you doing ice? Why aren't you doing arcane? You're
Yeah.
screwing up back there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
It's
what
like, yeah,
I'm doing.
when you have that many people, it really doesn't give, like, 2 craps about, like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like, this
Well, that
person
was the
screwed
only
up.
way I could get any tier pieces, too. It's
Yeah.
like, go do Molten Core. Oh, who doesn't have this tier 2 set?
I was like, all the
Here you
guys
go.
running, like, oh yeah, I already
Wait,
got, like 5 times.
You got to bring your fire resist gear for Molten Core. Don't forget about
Ah,
that shit.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
You had to get your fire resist up.
Otherwise, I was
It
never
was-
going to let you in.
They wouldn't.
Vanilla Well is so
I
good
miss it.
compared to how easy it is.
It's
Well, not
horrifying.
easy,
Well,
but like,
They're making it harder. Evidently, they're making so you have your normal, you have
Yeah.
your heroic, which was supposed to be harder. Now they're having mythic. It's going to be the hardest of the hard ones.
What?
Yes,
Mythic,
I don't know
all
about
skulls on.
all skulls on. Exactly. No, they said it's going to be the pinnacle of raiding. And it's going to give the highest rewards, but normal and heroic are just
Cash
going to be
money.
flexible, so you don't have to have 25 men to run a heroic. You can have 14 or 15.
That's going to be
And it's
Oh,
gonna,
that's cool.
it scales the difficulty
Yeah.
to that.
That's good.
So if you don't
That
have
makes it
25
easier.
people, you can still run a heroic.
Yeah. Makes it way easier to get a group together.
Well, now I'm definitely going to start playing again.
Are you?
Fuck yeah.
All right. I mean, it's some of the stuff they're saying is,
I have
is
a
really
family.
exciting.
What else?
Well, I haven't played since Wrath. And
Yeah.
I never bought Cataclysm, but I got hacked. And whoever hacked me bought me Cataclysm. So, all I have to do is get Mist
Thank you, Chinese gold farmers.
and
Yes.
Warlords of Draenor
Well,
to start playing again.
there's heroic Ubers. What else? Is there any other heroics they're redoing?
I don't know. I'm still waiting for the male night elf.
Oh yeah, they're doing all new
faces, textures.
They've
character
updated
models.
the character models and have redone or updated the animations.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
a lot of the facial animation looks way better.
How low did they get on like population of WoW? 'Cause I know like back when we were playing, it was like at the peak 13 million. or
Last
something
time
like
I saw it was 7 to 8 million still, so
yeah.
it's still pretty popular.
that.
I mean, it was up to almost 12 million.
But they
Tops.
but let's just if they did top out at 14, they've lost half of their players.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there's
Well,
so
I mean,
much competition.
yeah, and it got repetitive, and they really didn't switch it up that much, and now they're trying, I guess, to...
And they catered to casuals.
How so?
Well, I mean, you got to think about it, because every time you got on WoW, it's like, I just want to play WoW, and it's like 5 hours later, like, oh my god, what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what WoW is.
Spend online for 5 hours farming.
Yes.
Lots of farming.
Talking to the
I need
master.
to go
Do
around
dailies.
mine
never
iron
did
for an
dailies.
hour, so I can then mine thorium
yeah.
for an hour.
All the crafting.
Then I can finally mine something that will actually be worth a damn.
But I need to get that thick cleft hoof leather so I can get my fell steel long blades.
Man, transmogrify them.
Yeah.
Mortify.
Yeah. Whatever. Transmog.
Transmog.
There it is.
Mogs.
I also saw that they, you know how you would always have quest items or like junk in your bag?
Yeah.
Like maybe snowballs might go into this, but like
Grass.
just stuff that would take up
You can't
space.
smoke.
Like the gray shit.
Like your mount used to have to be in your bag, and then they made the mount tab, so you just have all your mounts.
Yeah,
in one.
yeah.
Well, they're making like a toy box or toolbox, so all your like quest items and stuff go in
Oh, that's
there.
cool.
So that frees up your bag. I thought that
Is
was
it like
pretty cool.
unlimited? No.
Yeah, I think it's unlimited.
That's pretty cute.
It's just like another tab of items.
All these tabs.
Yeah.
I miss the game.
If you miss it, here's the time. to play it.
No, yeah, maybe.
Coming soon.
I mean,
mounts are account like.
Okay, if it got on console, like because I've heard like rumors. Who told me
I heard a rumor
it was going to go to
that
console?
it was listed for Xbox One.
Oh my god!
But you never know.
Xbox. Wow.
Xbox go to WoW.
Xbox go to WoW. Oh my god.
Oh my
There's
God.
WoW.
I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 a little bit on my PC with the Xbox One controller.
Xbox One
I love
controller is one of the best controllers out there.
I love that
Easily.
controller.
Easily. I've never been a PS controller fan.
But the PS4 controller is way better than PS3.
But it's the
I
same.
totally say that.
well, it's
It's
got the
not
little
the same.
sensor thing on it.
Oh.
It's the button layouts are the same, but
Yeah.
the
Like, everything's in the
mold
same
of
place.
it's different.
The things
it's
you can do
thicker,
with the-
heavier.
The things you can do with the PlayStation 4 controller are way better than what you can do with the Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
However, I'm used to the Xbox controller now, and I don't want to go back to the PlayStation. I like my
I was so
triggers
glad
and
when
my...
they really didn't switch it up with the one though.
Yeah.
That like the little like the feel on it. You know, it's nice. Like the texture.
I love the sticks. I go back to
Yeah.
the 360 and I feel like I'm moving frisbee discs.
I couldn't tell you last time I picked up
sticks
the
are so
360 one.
gigantic.
I just want the Duke.
What's the dude?
The original Xbox controller.
Oh my
The big
god!
one.
I think I still have one like in a cubby somewhere.
He won't
yeah.
get rid of his. Never.
I still have mine.
I would really love to find like a modded one for Xbox One just for you.
Our next
for
LAN.
Master Chief Collection.
Our next LAN, it's coming
No,
out.
we're never gonna have another LAN because with Master Chief Collection coming out, we're never gonna have a LAN again.
There's still classics, man. You still have to.
Who came to the last one?
That's true.
I did.
Yeah.
It was like
Did
9.
I?
It was like 9
I
or
don't
10.
remember.
Well, that's still a lot.
Hey, that's better than WoW.
That's still better than
Because if WoW lost half, and we had 8, that would have been half.
Nice.
But 9, we're doing better than WoW.
Yeah, I guess. Shit.
Well, thank you, Andy, for coming by and talking with us about all this stuff.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
So are you coming back?
So yeah,
Oh,
let's.
yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you? Does the new expansion interest you
Oh
to
yeah,
come back?
yeah. I'll talk about WoW till I'm dead.
Yeah.
Just WoW, man.
Would you play again though?
No. Yeah.
It's tough to say.
Would
It's
you,
tough. I mean, I'd love to.
Right.
I'd love to.
for your next job interview, for leadership experience, would you tell them that you've led?
All right. So we'll talk about that real quick. Back in the day when I was hardcore WoW, like I had a job that I worked Saturday, Sunday, and I was off Monday through Friday. And all I did was play WoW Monday through Friday, wake up, WoW.
Miss those days.
Yeah. And I was so hardcore into WoW when it was time to get a new job, because I quit my last job, and said, well, tell us about some leadership skills. I was like, well, I don't know if you've and it's an ongoing joke. So see Phil laughing. I said, tell us about your leadership skills. And I was like, well, I don't know if you've heard. And then just WoW kicked on in my head. And I said, well, I don't know if you ever heard of this game, World of Warcraft, but there's times when I have to lead 40 people and and just in my head, I see it snowball. I'm like, shut up, stop talking. And just like talking about it, yeah, and you got to have different groups doing different things, and they're just kind of looking at me, kind of like I just see it in their eyes, and I'm see it in my eyes, and I'm like, what am I doing? Shut up! And it just went all to hell. But yeah, so that's the best joke ever of me talking about WoW.
Did you get the job?
Yeah, I got the job. Actually, not from that person though. That person didn't hire me because they probably thought I was fucking stupid. Got from another one, but I didn't talk about WoW in the next one. But yeah, it was great.
What?
Talking about.
Oh. We did used to trade real life stuff for gold. Remember the time we go out to eat and someone didn't have their wallet?
Because back when we bought gold, so like back when we were talking about how gold was. 50 gold was amazing. And then we bought, how much was it? It was like...
You bought 2,000 or 3,000?
2,000 or 3,000 for like $20 or $30.
Yeah.
And so then...
I didn't do that at all. Shut up.
Once we found out how easy it was.
Dangerous thing.
But then we started trading gold and WoW for real life things. Like, I don't have... I want this double cheeseburger. Man, just give me like 100 gold, and I'll give you 100 gold. Give me that cheeseburger.
Oh, okay. Kicks in.
Okay.
Most of the time, it's for food.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's the one time at the titty bar. Me and Phil.
Phil, you want to chime in? Want to come over here and chime in?
I'm listening.
Who was it? Was it you or was it me?
You, yeah.
And
you gave me 1,000 gold for a lap dance. Not from me, but for a stripper. I had to physically pay the stripper to give you a...
Yes, and then I said, I will promise to pay you 1,000 gold today for this lap dance. And it was the best lap dance paid with fake money ever.
Oh my
but that was good times. There's so many good WoW stories, and we won't keep them all for this one.
Yeah,
we'll talk more
we
about
can talk a whole podcast full of WoW stories.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, guys.
Well, but you guys, are you gonna play the new expansion?
Without a doubt.
Yeah. What about you, Rap?
Let's see how Elder Scrolls go before I make.
Oh yeah, me and Alex are
decision.
gonna try some Elder Scrolls eventually when I get my Master Race, my new PC.
I want your monster.
My monster.
I can't wait to see that.
What are you doing?
I got a new PC. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Andy.
No problem.
And we're gonna switch topics here in a minute. So we've talked about how much we love Halo, how much we loved WoW,
And hate WoW.
and hate WoW, I guess. But we also are excited about other games that are coming out. For me personally, I'm super excited about Destiny, which is, kind of like WoW and Halo mixed together. So, but I just, an MMO-ish game on consoles is what I'm looking forward to.
Well, I think next week we're going to be discussing a little bit about Destiny.
Yeah.
We haven't played the beta yet.
Beta starts this next week for Xbox One. That's what we'll be playing on. So our next show will probably be a Destiny special.
I've played the alpha. Alpha's fun. If you guys have played Borderlands, then it plays a lot like Borderlands. It doesn't have that kind of graphics.
Yeah.
But the way it plays, it's like Borderlands. They've taken an RPG and turned it into a first-person shooter. if you don't like RPGs, you only play first-person shooters, this will get you to like RPGs.
I can dig it. I like Borderlands a lot, so I'm excited. What about you? Got a different game you're excited about?
I mean, I've played all the Assassin's Creed since it came out in 2007. It's what I'm looking forward to most. Unity's coming out.
It looks good.
It does. October 28th is when it's set to release, and it's going to cover the French Revolution, which I could really care less about, to tell you the truth.
I have no
I don't even
interest.
know what the hell that is.
Exactly. Evidently, there was a revolution right after the American Revolution. They don't teach us that in school because...
No.
Well, we weren't taught anything in school, basically.
Especially in history class.
Yeah, history, MTV.
Yeah, we pretty much watched TRL a lot.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of
Carson
that.
Daly taught us a lot.
Yes, he did. But
What fucking teacher did you have?
We didn't have one. It was kind of weird.
yeah, we really didn't have an American history
Yeah,
teacher.
it's a substitute like all year.
But the trailers look amazing. They have 4-player co-op, and I
That
don't
looks
know.
cool.
It looks
4-player
cool.
co-op.
Unfortunately, I don't know what it's going to be like. Is it going to be the 4 players where you actually have to work together, or can one assassin do it, and then it's just the same game without the 4-player co-op? That's what I want to see. I want to see something where you can have the 4 people, and they have to work together. It's like cohesive strategic planning that you have to do.
Yeah.
You can't just... One person can just go in, the other 3 people just sit there and watch.
Yeah, it's like whoever assassinates this guy first finishes the mission. I didn't have to do anything. I could have just stayed there.
Exactly. Like someone needs to go hold the gate open while the other person runs under the gate, and the other person stabs some people.
Right. Distract these guards. This one guy goes and frees these slaves or whatever, like in the other game. The other guy maybe kills the other guy.
I think that was my biggest gripe about Halo co-op, is that they really never made it co-op. It was the exact same game as single player.
Yeah.
And you just had backup to help you out.
Right.
If Assassin's Creed is like that, I won't like it.
Yeah. I can see it being like
I don't mind it for Halo because, you can have backup. That's the whole reason to have an army instead of just an assassin.
That's true.
Assassins work together. If you can't work together, add another person. If this person can get the job done by himself, why have 3 other people helping you out?
Right.
So, other than that, I'm pretty excited, except that they took ships away, because I don't see them using ships, because in the late 1700s, the French Navy didn't really do crap. They got their asses kicked by Britain a lot. And they weren't really involved in the French Revolution, so I don't know how ships could even be involved, and that was the best thing about Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, that's like all the pirate stuff. They might want to try to do something a little different in this one.
Yeah.
Leave the ships in the last one. I hear there's rumors that they're going to make another pirate version, but we'll see.
That would be cool. I mean, they kind of break it up into different teams working on different games.
Maybe they can make their own pirate franchise that's not Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, there's supposed to be new fighting, stealth modes, cover systems, things like that, ways you can manipulate the crowd.
This one's built for next gen or current gen now consoles. So AC4 was just a PS3 360 port up, and then this one's brand new for Xbox One, PS4, and it looks way better. And it looks like the parkour might be fixed.
Yeah, that actually does look a lot better. So they had one trailer where he's jumping off and kind of turns. And
at E3 they showed some gameplay, and it looked like although it's always staged demo, it could be totally fake. But the parkour looked a little cleaner and not so clumsy.
It did. It looked like you wanted to just
and that's
jump
the only gripe I have about those games. It's
the parkour?
I'll want to go climb something or run straight in a line, and all of a sudden he's climbing stuff.
Yeah.
It's no, just go this way.
I think that's still going to be part of the game.
It probably will be.
I mean, that's just a programming thing.
Yeah,
but,
it's hard.
But it does. It looks really clean and smooth. The
Yeah.
graphics look amazing on it.
I'm pretty excited about that one.
I'm excited.
What about you, Phil?
Ooh, we get that yacht out first. Really, the only games I'm looking forward to.
Not a fan of Assassin's Creed, Phil?
Oh no, not the pirate one, but the one before that. Me and Alec were talking about that yesterday, just because it had such potential to be so awesome with the American Revolution.
Yeah,
it just kind of bummed me out.
That one was pretty boring.
This is boring.
Yeah,
the main character was a pussy, and
that was my biggest gripe about the game. They had all this opportunity to do some cool shit, and they just kind of made a game that was, fun, and then you put it down. I never once thought about picking it up and playing again.
I pretty much traded it in.
Yeah.
About a month later.
Well,
Got like $40 up.
What are you excited about then?
I'm extremely excited about the new Batman game.
That's
I love
similar
those
to
games.
Assassin's Creed, but
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
a little
I
more
guess.
action-packed.
Yeah. I guess just being a huge Batman fan my whole life, I've always liked those games, especially the ones on the 360, and this one looks great for the one. I mean, the graphics look awesome.
Oh, yeah, that might be the...
Yeah. But to actually get to drive the Batmobile, it's going to be ridiculous.
Was that not in the last 2 games?
No. I mean, you could call it in, but you couldn't really physically drive it, though, as far as I know. I mean, I never drove one.
The Batman demo at E3 was probably one of the highlights of E3.
Yeah.
The gameplay trailer.
It looked awesome.
And it seems like the Batmobile is just another tool, like all his gadgets. You just call it in, and you like... It looked like some of the Riddler challenges this time involved the Batmobile, which is cool. And then you can call the Batmobile in to, get to new areas and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of like his gliding. Like, that's a tool in
So I'm pretty pumped about that, to be able to get to actually drive a Batmobile. That's going to be fun.
Seems like the city's way bigger for it, too.
Right, and that's something I've also done on the past 2 games, is I actually beat it 100%. I got all the Riddler points.
Yeah.
Did all the side challenges and stuff.
Those
like
Riddler
that.
challenges, they get hard. I couldn't do it.
Sometimes.
Couldn't do it all.
Yeah.
Well, you've been playing Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5 for a year now.
Yeah,
Have you gotten all the achievements on that one?
No, not yet, but I probably could. I'm going to keep working on that. But I've been playing it pretty straight for a year now, so I like games like that where there's a bunch of side stuff.
Big open worlds.
Yeah, I like the big open worlds and be able to do what I want.
Yeah.
Sandboxes are great.
Yeah. Just couldn't do the Minecraft stuff.
Minecraft is gigantic.
Yeah, it's just not my thing.
What about you, Pat? What are you excited about?
Speaking of Minecraft, I actually can't wait for it to come out for the Xbox One. It's supposed to be big or bigger.
It's like the PC version. It's
bigger
world.
world. Just bigger, yeah. Crackdown 3,
Yes.
which is supposed to be just like the first. And the one game that I can't play because it's on a console I don't have, No Man's Sky.
Yeah. That game looks so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. I hope they bring it out on...
Tell me about it, because I've been PS4 out of the loop.
All I know is what I saw in the trailer at E3, and it's just like you start on the planet and you're just running around looking at flora and fauna, and you just run around and explore the entire planet, and then you just get in your spaceship and fly up to space and get in a space battle and fly up to another planet and land and do it all over again. It just looks...
you
Is
can
there ground combat also?
I don't know if there's combat in it, but you it's like a discovery game. So like you go out discovering planets. Say you find a planet no one's found, you can name it. And then there's like creatures on these planets, and you can discover new creatures. And it's like generated, so there's like always new stuff.
Is it an MMO also?
It's not an MMO in the sense that you always are connected to people, but like you'll be playing and you'll just randomly see someone walk by or like land on the planet, or there might be space combat. I think I saw a trailer with some space combat. But it's a persistent world. So I guess you could consider it an MMO, but people just come in and out. They can land on planets that you've discovered. You'll land on planets people have discovered, other people have. You'll see, the creatures they find. I'm assuming a lot of people will have some pretty good names for creatures and stuff. So
can you make your own planets, or is it all just going to be generated?
I think it's all generated, but there's a lot of stuff we don't know about the game yet.
Gotcha.
And right now it's only, like Pat was saying, PS4, but I think it's a time exclusive. No one knows that for sure yet.
I do know that everyone starts on their own planet.
Do they?
Yeah. So I think everyone starts on their own planet that's been generated for themselves, and they take off from there.
Okay.
And
I'm assuming there's probably co-op / you can invite players into your game, kind of like Minecraft.
Sure. I have no idea.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because that'd be fun.
I see this naming planets going south really fast. I can see this going really horribly bad.
Welcome to
But hilarious.
Welcome to Cock and Balls, home of the cock and ball.
Some of these animals and plants are gonna have just awful names.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
That's the fun.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. I'm excited about that one.
Read it. Email. Sure.
Crackdown 3 is pretty exciting too.
Yeah, they said it's supposed to be like the first one and not the second one. So, 'cause I love the first one.
The first one was it's one of the first open world games that you could just do anything chaos wise. Like GTA, yeah, you can go on rampages and stuff, but like in Crackdown, you do the orbs, you get the orbs, and like you power up your abilities. So like you jump higher or you punch stronger, and then like you can just create massive chaos. You jump to the top of the buildings and stuff, and then like Saints Row kind of got that way, which was fun too.
Yeah.
There was another game though that you ran around in the mall and just
Was it
It was
Rockstar?
a Rockstar game.
It was a
yeah.
Rockstar
It was a
game.
Rockstar game.
What was that game called? Something Riot. Was it Riot something? I know.
What the hell was that game? Because we bought that rap check. You remember?
Yeah, I remember
Just
y'all
because it was
playing
a Rockstar game and it came out after Grand Theft Auto 3, and it was just you got points for killing
chaos.
civilians.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it was kind of morbid actually. But, I mean,
I guess it didn't do too well because obviously they haven't made a sequel to it.
yeah,
But I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. I think Pat might be looking it up for us real
Riot.
fast.
I want to say it's Riot something.
Yeah, you would just shoot up the mall, and you would get
You
crazy weapons.
You could pick like 4 different characters or something.
Yeah.
I remember the fat guy with the backwards hat. You couldn't see his eyes.
Yeah,
There might have been a
yeah.
black guy. The playable character.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I spent probably a good 2-3 weeks playing that game, and after a while, it was just mass chaos, and that kind of got boring. There's a plot to it, but I don't think I ever finished that game.
I think it was just trying to take the hilarious parts of GTA and just make it into one game.
State of Emergency?
Yeah,
That's
it.
exactly what
I was way
State of
off.
Emergency.
That's exactly what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of Crackdown, didn't we all just buy that game to get a demo or something like that?
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be a badass game?
Yeah,
Halo
for
3?
Halo 3 beta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
It was, I pretty much bought it just to play the beta, but
I was like, I paid $60. Might as well,
might as well
try
play it. It was a really fucking good game.
And you can do co-op. You can join someone's world.
Yeah.
Now you couldn't do that in GTA.
Yeah.
Before.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
So that was cool. But so any other games? Like, I think there's a lot of games, but they're mostly coming out next year, not this year.
I think so. I mean, there's definitely some good games coming up. Something we're going to be doing on the podcast, talking about upcoming games that are closer than just the end of this year. Maybe there's going to be something that's coming out next week.
Yeah.
We can look at it, talk about it, see if it's going to be played. We really want to hear from you guys, your comments, everything else that you guys want to say to us. If there's a game that you want us to play or talk about, just let us know in the comments. We'll be here hopefully every week or so. And
Yeah, try to have a podcast every week. Like we said, next week is going to be probably a Destiny show. We're going to play the beta try as much as we can, talk about it, talk about what we liked, what we disliked, what we hope they do. Maybe have a special guest next week who's played a lot of the alpha and has read everything about Destiny, because I've been kind of staying clear of it because I kind of want to be surprised, but we'll see what he has to say, and until then, we'll hope you comment, like, subscribe, let us know your suggestions.
you can
And
find us on Facebook and Twitter at FAT Hippos.
we have a Facebook page, Twitter at FAT Hippos. You can email us at fathippos@outlook, f.a.t.hippos. Let us know. You just want to send your hate mail. That's fine. We'll read it.
Who else
Whenever.
has that email? Like, who's this person?
Yeah, exactly. We'll have it on the screen. They can just read it. But yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.